Happy New Comic Book Day, everyone. My name is Chris, the Comic Vet. Before we begin, my thoughts are with everyone that's in Florida. I've been watching CNN for the American feed, what's going on down there in Tampa, Naples, and the rest of those wonderful counties and communities that seem to be literally dealing with the tail end of the eye right now as the eye wall makes its way through that interesting and beautiful state. Let's bring in some friends of mine. My co-host on Only Slabs, Robert. How are you, sir?
I'm glad not to be at work.
Okay. Let's bring in from the beautiful state of New York, Gary B.
Hey, I am also glad to not be at work.
I'm going to sense a theme here.
Making his return to the New Comic Book Day Hangout after a while, it's Digger Jim.
I don't got the Remy in me.
Okay.
But thank you for having me.
And who is here for the beginning of the show? It's Mark from Legion of Comics, who's doing his best Kal-El impersonation.
Well, he's sitting the throne very nicely.
Yes.
We'll go this view for a little bit. Well, guys, the Comic Book Day was an expensive one for me. I picked something up that I'm going to let some people read, and then I'm going to send down to Georgia.
Ooh. Yes.
This is me doing my best Mark that I can.
Ain't gonna hurt it.
This is DC versus Vampires.
Are you sending that to me?
Some people, it's going to get read. It's going to get enjoyed. They're going to send it down to you so you can read it, enjoy it, and pass it on. Hello, Kyle.
He's gonna pass it around like in the village.
Finish that part, Rob.
The village whore.
There you go. Now you're a man.
Yes. Done.
One day I'll be a woman.
So, before we say hello to the chat, guys, how's the wallet after this new comic book day?
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was white.
Mine was. Mine store did not have any DC at all, so I'm only halvesies.
Yes, and this was actually this was a little bit of a lighter Marvel week in my opinion, like big ND and DC week.
It was light for me because I don't think I got any incentives.
Oh. All right. Before we get into that, let's say hello to the chat.
Sergeant Rock.
Beckerman, Michael, hope that you're doing well. He actually beat in Las Cruces, 1971. James, hope that you're doing well. Louis, my man, I hope that you and your family are safe down there. I know that you're down in Florida. My LCS owner, Chris. El Green Machine. I believe El Green Machine recently won a contest, won himself an X-Men 4 and a 90.0 first appearance of Omega Red. Congratulations, man.
Wow.
Nice.
I know he also just got a box of got a shipment from us from Only Slabs too.
Oh, yes. Dope Comics. Yo.
Dope.
Brother John, nominated for Best Unknown Channel for the CBCA or any of the CBC awards.
Who is that guy?
For that half a nanosecond, I was just like, Gary?
Just messing with you, Chris.
Bonjour, Jean Malo. Ça va? Hope that you're doing well. And I'm sure Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead will make an appearance at some point. There we go. During this live stream. And that's a fabulous cover. That's the kind of cover you want to send off and get the man to sign.
Yeah, no doubt.
And like write down boomstick under it or something.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Shop smart.
That would be awesome.
Shop S smart.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or maybe I'm a Chinese.
Chris Film Age Studios has joined us. Chris, I want to let you know that I've had a lot of returns come back from the United States that I've had mailed off. Yours is one of those. So when I send off this next batch of stuff I need to do, yours is going to be resent. We'll blame it on Canada Post and their changes. And I believe in what I understand, the tariff changes.
Somebody wrote the wrong address on the paper.
Well, not well for one case, sure, but when they all return, anyways, long story.
Did the moose go down?
What was
Yes.
the reason for return?
Yes. That's
Insufficient
actually
postage?
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
What's up?
Customs
wow.
and duties.
Arthur Moon.
All right, dude, this has been fun. I don't normally able to hop on, but I gotta go. My food's here.
For real?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Look, the pizza guy just pulled up. That's not my car.
I don't even know what you
Pizza guy.
drive. I thought you rode like a Harley, man.
No. Pizza guy's here. I gotta go. I love
Okay.
all of y'all.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do before Mark
We're gonna
goes.
upgrade.
This is what we're gonna do. Mark's leaving, and we're going to turn Mark into TW.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Frankie
DC
Taylor.
is the best ever. They've never made a bad book. I'm out, Mark.
It's
Hello,
eerie,
Taylor.
the resemblance.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They both have fantastic hair.
I bet
Yeah,
Kyle
like
would never know.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've been wanting to talk about is yesterday the comic book world got shook, and it was a Canadian. It was a Canadian that shook the whole bloody comic loving planet. Ryan Reynolds dropped a mega bomb that
And an Aussie.
Hugh Jackman is going to return to play Wolverine, and
6 days.
and then today they kind of upgraded that news, and they gave us not just a wham but a wham,
Right.
So guys, my question is, I know that everyone respects Hugh Jackman's performance as Wolverine over the years. My question is, did you see this coming for real? Because he's been swearing it off since the end of Logan that he's finished, even though there's been little glimpses of things where whether he's on stage doing his traveling performance where he'd randomly, pop into berserker mode Wolverine kind of thing.
Right.
But Rob, did you think Hugh Jackman would return to the role at any point?
You never say never, because dump truck fulls of cash and good friendships can go a long way to getting people to do things that you don't really want to do, but you'll do it anyways.
Yeah.
Especially dump truck loads full of cash.
I'm not even sure he had that much to do with it. I'm going with the option B. You said option B with the friendship thing. He doesn't need the
Makes it
cash,
easier.
but
Yeah, but it never hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt, but he'll get his standard pay. But Ryan Reynolds needs the money. He bought that damn soccer team. He's got to pay on that forever.
Yeah.
So,
Gary, did you see this coming?
I 100% did see this coming. The one thing in show business and in a lot of other business is you never say never. And when someone says they're not coming back, well, he didn't get truckloads of cash. He probably got a helicarrier of cash. And
see, I don't think so.
What I really loved about the announcement, Chris, is I thought those two who play so well off each other, it was so nonchalant and funny just to see Hugh in the background. And okay. Just go.
Okay, Ryan.
And then,
okay, Ryan.
And then, of course, the wham.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Jim, finish what you're saying. Is it really money? Because I remember watching an interview where he said that he was happy with the finale, and the one thing that he always found most difficult was getting into Wolverine shape. Like we all know the training regimen that Hugh Jackman put his body through. I think he was somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 25,000 calories a day.
Right.
For the 5-hour workouts that he would do to get his body into shape to play Wolverine.
Let's back up. First of all, Ryan Reynolds needs to make another Deadpool movie. He needs the money. Okay. I'm not shitting you. He bought that damn soccer team. It was like 70 some $1 million. And he paid a portion, but they have to continue to pay on that. They have to try to keep the.
He owns a gin company. He owns.
I get it, but you need that Deadpool money to keep that certain
Van Wilder has
lifestyle.
done well.
And so it won't hurt him to do that. Now, the other question is, going back to what Chris said, we don't know how much involvement Hugh Jackman's going to have. Does he need to get botted up? He might only have like a
cameo.
he still
cameo
looked in
or
pretty
get a
good
scene.
shape when he was holding his arm over to.
Yeah.
He absolutely
Today's
does.
announcement, he looked really good today.
He,
But I agree
He
with you,
can go
Tim.
work
I
out with
think
Hemsworth.
friendship has a lot to do with this one.
I do too, because he may not even be in it that much. I mean, other than
Just be the
just
background in the
a
bar.
few scenes here and there, and he may not
That's
have
been
to
done.
get into Wolverine shape.
Right.
Probably going to be the world's most expensive, like
Cameo.
5 to 10 minutes of film with having him
I'm
back.
sure he was also happy with. They had to come with him with the script too, and because if he was big on the way that his arc ended, then to go ahead and shoehorn this in there somewhere.
Right.
I'm sure there had to be. There's a script piece that was brought to him too that he goes, "All right, cool, I can do that. That's fun."
Yeah.
But now, in a multiversal way, he gets to hand it off to a fresh new Wolverine, which is cool. He gets to grandfather it down to somebody.
Probably,
If this does tie into Secret Wars, where we're having multiple universes collide, kind of thing. Jim's saying, I think the deal was though that Deadpool movies will only continue if they're kept to a small budget. I'm not sure they got much to pay. Or thing is, man, we got a different producer now. Like Kevin Feige. Small productions are still $300 or $400 million.
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
a little bit more
also
than
a
20th
small
Century
production.
Fox was throwing at him.
Also, a small production is all predicated based on what's the track record of box office revenue?
Right.
If the box office revenue is consistently going to be for a Deadpool movie $700,000, well then you could have a paltry 150 million. I'm sorry, if it's 750 million, a paltry 150 million to go make your movie.
Right.
TW, did you see this coming?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine. Like, I liked Logan. He should have been done, and they should have passed the torch. But I mean, I get it. I didn't see it coming, but I also don't give a shit. So.
As soon as we saw Patrick Stewart back as Professor X, I was just waiting for a Hugh announcement.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it really could just be like and it could be about like it could just be a tiny cameo, and I wouldn't be surprised. But they're playing it up like more, so it might be because they have the weird logo with the Wolverine 3 through it. So,
Kyle. I for one, I'm excited about it. I'm not going to play into the whole they're both Canadian thing, because that's exactly what's going to end up happening with Ryan Reynolds. They're going to probably meet up somewhere at some point inside Canada and blah blah blah. Who cares?
We'll see.
They can out healing factor each other and just go at it.
Now, Chris, were you upset when they first cast an Aussie to be a Canadian?
No, well, to me, when I found out that who he was, I didn't really care that he was from Australia. I was more concerned that he's tall like me. Because to me, Wolverine's always been the pint-sized powerhouse, one half of the fastball special. Like, if he can get into Colossus's hand, or one of his feet can get into Colossus's hand, then it's going to work well. And then we saw in the X-Men movies that Wolverine is taller than Colossus when he's not steeled up, and that kind of bothered me a bit. But, at first when I saw the first X-Men movie and we were introduced to him at the bar when Rogue arrived and all that, and when he popped the claws for the first time and 2 came out and then the third one came out slowly, I was sold. It could have been a Brazilian for all I cared. I thought he played an excellent Wolverine.
You want Wolverine to get a Brazilian?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's so good at playing short people that he's going to be Puck in the Alpha Flight movie.
Yeah.
Also, in the comics, Wolverine hasn't been short in 25 years.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the one thing that I can remember, because I feel like he's been Wolverine for 20 years. It's just one thing I remember. It's just like, what? Like, this guy's a tall guy. Like, how are they going to play this up? Because Wolverine's supposed to be short, and he's even shorter than
given up on that in the comics.
Jean and Storm and everything. Yeah, I know.
You're just old and addled. I get it.
Yeah, get off my lawn. But yeah, so but it didn't last long at all. When he first walked out, they had they had the hair the right way, and it was like, and I heard that he took like ice cold showers daily just to get into how angry he really could be as Wolverine. I thought, okay, he's at least he's saying the right things.
Method acting that shit.
And then he came out and just hit a home run, and then he's been. Every time I see him in something other than an X-Men film, I'm like, what's Wolverine doing on the screen now? Why is he on horseback? Why is he in the mid? Like, what am I watching him in a circus with elephants? Wolverine never did that.
Right.
But the question is, though, do you think that first X-Men movie would have popped without his performance as Logan?
No, I don't think so. I think he carried it. I thought the X-Men movies were all weak, to be honest with you.
I agree.
It was him and Tyler, I forget his last name, the man who played Sabretooth. I thought their battles really carried the franchise for the first couple of movies. But I'm not a Bryan Singer fan. Like he managed to mess up Superman, for God's sake.
He looked like a Halloween costume.
Yeah. Hugh was saying he's a great actor. Check him out in Van Helsing. A lot of people have enjoyed that movie a lot. And Al Green Machine is supposed to be 5'5". Is Wolverine 5'5"? I thought he was. Yeah, it sounds like that's about right. Brian LCS, my man, happy new comic book day. And I don't know. I've been this is a very good question Chris has asked. What other X-Men do I think would pop up? I've been one that's been saying all along, don't expect the normal lineup that us gentlemen who are in our 40s grew up with. I don't expect to see that lineup because it's been done. Now there's a couple of franchise characters like Wolverine and Deadpool that's going to be hard for the MCU to escape. But when the MCU fires up the X-Men team, I expect to see lesser. I expect to see X-23. I expect to see X-23, Jubilee, maybe. Boom Boom. Who knows?
Those characters are all, other than X-23, those characters are all also 25 years old.
Give me a Mr. Sinister.
I mean, there hasn't been a new X-Men character of any significance in a long, long time.
Yeah. Now, we may get Nightcrawler, but Nightcrawler I thought Nightcrawler was done very well.
Nightcrawler was the best part about X-Men 2.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole going through the White House, that was really good.
Yeah, that going to the White House scene was pretty dope.
Yeah. Art has joined us. Art, happy new comic book day.
Maybe we'll get a third actor to play Quicksilver.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's worked for the Hulk so far.
Yeah.
True.
Gary, who do you think what mutants do you think they're gonna reach into and kind of pull up that's gonna be the unexpected one?
Well, you have all these different teams that you can pull from. Like, I think it'd be interesting to see Polaris. I think you'll still see Scott and Jean, because I think with the bad Phoenix sagas we've got, that I don't think Kevin Feige is going to ignore that. That is the biggest storyline in X-Men comics ever.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see Gambit and.
They're going to have.
I'm going to disagree with Gary. They're not going to touch the Phoenix Saga with a 10-foot pole for a long time.
Yeah,
they've already done it twice and they've messed it up twice. They're not going to try for 3.
I would like to see them do the Phalanx Covenant.
There's a few stories they can pull from. The Fall of the Mutants is another one where they dealt with the Morlocks, and Colossus is one of the mutants that fell during that saga as well for a while. But yeah, Gambit, I think 100% we're going to see a Gambit. I know we had a small cameo of him in X-Men Origins Wolverine, where we had the first Ryan Reynolds take on Deadpool.
Oh, not the Phalanx, the Brood. I mean, the Brood, because I think because they're going cosmic, I think we might see the X-Men, and I think the Brood might be in there somewhere.
Well, then we need the Starjammers.
Yeah.
The
Starjammers. If we see the Starjammers show up and say Volume 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy, or at least a mention of it, you know which way they're going to take the mutants. They're going to be off. They're going to be off world
first.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's Fall of the Mutants, thanks shop, and that to me that was one of the good storylines. Fall of the Mutants, for those of you that can't remember, happened shortly after issue 200, after Cyclops lost the leadership of the X-Men to Storm, and Storm became the new leader. Cyclops walked away. The Fall of the Mutants was basically the first saga storyline that happened after that, and maybe
had
had
Storm. The Storm's
And
gonna get
Chris,
it
they
on.
could even take it street level and do the Morlocks.
yeah. But yeah, the Shar Empire as well. Yeah, Cable. I think
So much history.
one last question before we get into what we picked up, guys. Yes or no, kind of around the just around the round table, because Negasonic Teenage Warhead was such a strong component of the first Deadpool movies. Will she return for number 3?
Of course.
Yes.
Jim,
I would think so. Yeah.
TW.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Plus, she ticks a being a female and an LGBTQ box for Disney.
And the interactions between Deadpool and her girlfriend were hilarious.
Yeah.
Will Domino return?
Ooh, that would be good. Domino. Yeah.
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 I hope Domino's
Zazie played a fantastic Domino. Yeah. Okay, let's get into New Comic Book Day, and I'll go first. And if the year were to end today, and I was on Mark's channel, and we were doing a look back, and Mark said, "Chris, what is the read of the year for you?" It's still DC versus Vampires, even though it started last October. This came out today. My LCS, Retro Rocket Comics, in beautiful Cambridge, Ontario, about 50 kilometers due west of Toronto. He got a few of these copies in. This is the collected edition of 1 through issue 6, where we find out who the big bad vampire is at first in issue number 1, and who the franchisable character falls in issue number 6. It's all here for you to enjoy. I'm going to reread this bad boy, and this is false advertising. It doesn't happen at this point yet.
Are you gonna record it as an audiobook so we can all listen?
Yes, you should be reading it. You shouldn't have to have me do that for you, Rob.
Reading is hard, okay?
So this is my big stack.
But you got to read it in a Gotham accent, not a Canadian.
And a Gotham.
Gotham accent. What is a Gotham accent? That's a good question.
I'll allow him to go Metropolis if he has.
Yeah. Metropolis was originally based on Toronto. Anyways, we'll start with the franchise again. Like the Spider-Man covers have been kind of lackluster over the last little bit, even though the interiors for the last issue, which was a good issue, was pretty good. Patrick Gleason did the interiors here, but we have Dragoda. I'm not sure who that artist is doing the interiors. I have not gotten into this particular book as of yet. Thor 27. Looks like we're going to get some symbiote action there. And I got to thank my LCS owner because he recommended this particular cover for Miles over the normal cover.
That's pretty dope.
This is the Voices variant, and Miles in the new suit. And yeah, that's pretty good. I thank you, Rob. I wouldn't call this an homage to ASM 300, but it kind of has that flavor.
Well, it has an homage to Scarlet Spider with that hoodie he's got on.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a negative space variant before, so.
Oh,
I hear they're new, Taylor.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
no, I think my sarcasm detector just exploded. The one book that I did read, Kale Surprise, was DC versus Vampires, issue number 9 of 12. This carries on the storyline of Supergirl trying to find some sunshine somewhere on the planet to power her. That's all I got. That's all I got. Okay.
They don't have tanning beds anymore.
I'm gonna get booted for my no. The vampires took care of everything. Right? If you were reading the story, Rob, you would know there's no tanning beds.
Tanning beds.
I got.
They thought that far ahead.
If only there was a DC hero that created sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Where's Firestorm when you need him?
Well,
He's a vampire, probably.
He went nuclear as a vampire, and guess what? This is Detective. You should be reading a TW. It's a good story. Detective Comics 1064, and they're interesting cover to say the least.
What is that? Action?
Yeah,
Detective.
Detective.
Yeah, but they're music notes made of skull and bones.
God, man.
Yeah.
Why can't my LCS get their crap on time?
It's the return of Tynan's The Nice House on the Lake.
Nice.
I don't know about you guys, but I generally don't like going into pools full of parts and something that could be Cthulhu or something. That's not my style. I also don't wear purple.
Don't judge her kink.
Okay. So, guys, and those in the chat, you know that I've been really enjoying these Harley Quinn homages. They've been really, really good. They haven't been silly. They've been well done. And this one continues the fact that they are very well done. And I don't know what this one is homaging. I have no idea.
But no, I agree with you, Chris. They have been really well done.
Yeah.
It's homaging Transformers 10.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I said to Chris at my LCS, I said, it's almost like they just took the original artwork and just put her on there. Like, that's almost perfect.
It's like almost somebody had a light board and could trace something.
Right. Stephanie Phillips right now is at the helm of Harley, and she's also at the helm of the wildly popular and successful Grimm. This is issue number 5.
With a great cover on that, too.
Yeah.
And speaking of great covers of Grimm, you all know how I feel about Jenny Frison. So I went ahead and picked up the Frison variant.
Ooh. My LCS didn't have that. I'm going to have to look for it.
Yeah, mine didn't have that option either.
This is part 4 of 6 of the new arc of House of Slaughter. And let me tell you, this arc is destroying the first arc. This is really, really well done. And the lettering is really well done, too.
Well, talk about a small bar to hurdle.
I did kind of pitch that one down the middle, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Another well-done story is 8 Billion Genies. I got to thank TW for turning me onto this one. DOT has shown up. Their covers have been kind of the same thing lately. Yeah.
Sort of like the story.
I think I'm getting ready to drop that one.
Yeah. Each arc has been wildly different, and I think it's time I think we might be nearing the end of this one. Anyways, I'm going to hold on a little bit longer. This was my hot pick on Two Cool Guys, Two Hot Picks, Old Dog, issue number 1 by Declan Shalvey. Fingers crossed that it's a good story. Chris from Retro Rocket said that he read it, and it is the kind of story that does time jumping or back and forth. But that was everything that I expected. I also saw the news about an Aftershock book coming out called Hell is a Squared Circle. And after the success of Do a Powerbomb, I thought, okay, I'll give another wrestling story a shot. And thankfully, my LCS ordered them in, but they are big. This is Hell in a Squared Circle. This is totally the size of a DC Black Label book. So this is a normal comic book. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, apparently this is a story of a wrestler who's on the decline in his career and gets caught up doing something outside of the ring, and what happens outside the ring eventually makes his way back inside the ring. So we'll see. Is it a mirror of the movie The Wrestler starring Mickey Rourke? We'll see.
What's with all the wrestling stories lately?
It's the new post-apocalyptic.
It's the new hot
Nerds.
golden child. But yeah, so that was my new comic book day, and I got a lot of reading in front of me. Hank Ortiz has joined us. Hope that you're doing well. Let's see, aggressively relaxing as well. Happy new comic book day, and thank you for saying that, Ryan. Brian, hit the like button. Rob, my man, show us what you got.
Books. Yes.
Books.
I did. Oh, by the way, if you're Chris from Retro Rockets here, I did finally get the box. So I'll be getting around to that here eventually. All right. Which reminds me, Chris, you need to let me know how much money I owe you to get those books back.
When I mail everything off, I'll mail yours too. Canada
yeah.
Post is going to love me.
Franchise, yeah. Hey, it almost be worth making a trek into America to do your postage.
Rob, can I ask a question real quick? I saw Gwen Stacy's on the cover. Is Mary Jane still in the news story?
She was last issue.
Okay.
I haven't read this one. I haven't even opened this one yet, but she was last issue.
That dirty Gwen Stacy needs to stay away from Mary Jane's.
She's dead.
What happened? But they got Mary Jane yelling and screaming at Peter and moving on and married to some other dude. So, fuck what the hell these creators are doing and why they won't listen to those of us who all just sit there and say we want Peter and Mary Jane back together. Stop being a douche.
Write other stories.
Jumping of the shark. You're witnessing it in action. Yes. Well done. Well done.
I had this not recommended to me. I actually had put this on my previews list order.
Oh.
So there you are.
Nice. Shows he
you
has
being all
good taste.
bougie and fancy.
Look at him flexing on you, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's the difference between our LCSs. Mine just recommends stuff. You got to do your own homework.
Oh, he'll recommend stuff too, but if I already do all the homework and just put it on my list to make sure I get it.
You guys want to know when I reached out to my LCS with my list? About 8:00 this morning.
Well, there you are.
Oh, baby. Well done. Well done. The second printing?
Yeah.
I believe there was like a 1 in 25.
Then last week's.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm liking those covers.
I didn't have it to go from.
I didn't get into it, unfortunately, not yet.
Tim Drake Robin.
Maybe it's good that I didn't get any DC.
A lot of good signing space on that cover.
Harley.
Oh, yeah.
With Lou and Bud. Harley.
Nice homage to ASM 300.
No, I told you it's Transformers 10.
Transformers 10.
From the
First
IDW
appearance
run.
Yes, the IDW run. Gary B is correct.
And then Dr. Aphra.
It's a lot of flashlights on that cover.
Mm-hmm.
They're glow sticks.
Okay.
They went to what happens is it's a Friday night and she decides to go to a rave. She takes a little bit of LSD. So guys show up with red glow sticks and they have a really nice time.
Okay.
And respectfully let her go on her way. And she goes home and sleeps it off.
Nice. Love stories like that.
What was that movie with John Ritter with the glow in the dark condoms?
Oh,
He just reminded me of.
Yes.
Is that?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I gotta look that up. Rob, are you done?
That's it, my friend.
I gotta leave you big for a sec.
Well,
John
You, Rob, you just placed their flashlight and
my was it those
Skin
weights?
deep?
What were those weights?
Yeah.
Skin deep.
The
Skin deep.
yeah. Well,
Nice.
flashlights are also a thing, but yes.
Yes. Wow.
Chris likes you big.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
True.
Absolutely.
All right, Gary, since you're going there, you're up next, Sunshine. Show us what you got.
Stupid
Come on,
comment.
Sugar Tits.
Who's big now, Gary? Yeah.
All right, so for my kid, Zero War.
For your
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
A kid came in with his mom actually while I was inside the LCS asking for that book. Yeah.
I Am Phoenix, Defenders Beyond, #3.
Is that Al Ewing
Cool
still?
cover, but
It is Al Ewing and Javier Rodriguez.
Yeah, okay. Never mind then.
Is the Hulk a part of that team?
And then, I don't know. I'm waiting to have them all, then read it.
Okay.
And then I got the second printing of Predator 1. I really like the first 2 issues so far. I think this was a great cover, so I grabbed this.
Well, yeah, why don't you have a seat over there?
Then Damage Control #2. For funsies. Of course, the Perillo cover of Sheena, Queen of the Jungle #9.
Of course.
One more issue to go.
Very nice.
Then
She has a nice necklace on, in case you guys didn't see that.
Mhm.
Thor 27, which they need to get this book back on track from stupid Banner of Hulk to dumbass Venom. We just need to get Thor back in cosmic things again.
Yeah, except for I have a feeling Al Ewing's taking over the shit. So good luck.
Grimm,
We'll see.
number 5.
Yeah.
Voices Comunidades with the first appearance of Kamara.
Very
And
nice.
can't wait to read this one because her first appearance is in a White Tiger story, so that should be a lot of fun. I'm surprised you didn't get this, Chris. It has a Miles Morales story in it as well.
I didn't know about that book. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, it's a first appearance, so
Okay.
have Chris save you one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I got some back.
CJ.
So this is an 18-issue series. Don't worry, I don't have all 18 issues here. So
That's
we got Spider-Woman number 1. This is the Maddie Franklin run. So I have all the issues waiting for me at my LCS. Issue number 2. And Freaky Louie, I know you're liking this, buddy.
So
Number
who's
6.
Spider-Woman in this?
Jessica Drew is in it, but she doesn't have her powers anymore.
Okay.
It's
And
Maddie-
Maddie Franklin actually has the powers of her, Jessica Drew, of Julia Carpenter, and of Madam Web.
Okay.
So, and then number 11.
Is this early 2000s? I don't remember this run.
It is. And then
Okay.
number 14, and again, it lasted 18 issues. This is a run I never got to read, so I have all the Jessica Drew ones, but I wanted to get the Maddie Franklin one, just the one that came out. So, and that's it. But that's the haul.
Okay. I've never heard of that character as Spider-Woman before.
Yeah, I got it.
First introduced in Secret Wars, I think.
Which Secret Wars?
That was Julia Carpenter. She was introduced
that
in
one
regular Spider-Man.
Matt-
that,
never
the
mind.
Maddie character I'm not familiar with.
Who knows? I stopped paying attention.
He nodded
Jim,
off.
I expect a big haul, my man.
Oh,
Show us what you got.
I
Nice
wanna
shirt,
show
by the
you-
way. Nice shirt.
Thank you. Look, I got this, which you guys got last week. I picked up this week. I'm gonna read it, see if it's like. I've heard people say it's good and bad. I suppose you showed that last week, right?
Definitely. Yes.
One. I haven't read it, so don't tell me anything.
Green Machine, take care.
Loving this. This will take me like 2 minutes, but I dig it. Haven't read it yet, but I love Nightwing.
It's a fun cover.
Then they do a power bomb. Now, they only had issue 4. Are they on 5?
No, 4 is the newest one.
That's
Okay, so
you're up to
this
date.
one-
Yep.
And then these are my guilty pleasures. Iron Cat, which I didn't have. That was from last week. One I got that you guys didn't show, and I'm going to just show that, is Gambit. I'm liking the Gambit storyline. So,
Is Rogue front and center in that storyline?
no, it
Okay.
is strictly him and Storm. But
Mars.
Storm is like really young. Like they
Okay.
de-aged her down to like a kid. And
Creepy.
yeah, it's
TJ, how do you feel about a young Storm? Thanks for joining us, TJ.
I like my Storms more mature.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of the storylines. 8 billion genies.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Berserker. This has got to go somewhere, or this is going to go bye-bye.
Well, it's only got
There's
2 more
only 2
issues
issues
left.
left. So.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 12-issue maxi series.
I thought it was 18. All right. I'm probably going to... This is probably the last of this because I'm tired of reading it. I don't know why this was in my box because I read the first issue and didn't really like it that much. So I don't know how it got in there. I didn't put it on my pull, but I went ahead and took it anyway. And the last one is number 5. This is all they had. I couldn't
Is
get
that a
anything else.
foil? Wow.
Yeah, it's a foily. So I'll take it. Yum, yum. That's it. And that was all I had. Remember,
Very
I don't
good.
have any DC because, my LCS is anti-money or something. I don't know. Can't seem to get their DC in on time.
Very good. Okay, there was an indie that my LCS owner said that he read. I believe it was something to do with Sleeping Beauty. It was a mirror of a Sleeping Beauty storyline. We'll see if TW picked it up. Show us what you got.
8 billion ways to have a cool concept but not really tell much of a story.
Yeah, they're still in the bar.
I think this is the second to last issue, but it's getting there. Whatever. Stillwater. Brady Bunch. Yeah.
Here's a story.
Department of Teeth. Triscali, number 4.
With a man named Brady.
The world's most predictable miniseries ever.
it's yeah.
Yeah. Have you read this issue yet, Chris?
It was Briar. That was it.
Yeah. Have you read Grimm yet?
Oh yeah, no, not that issue, but I've been going through it, and the pacing seems to be back and forth on it.
Okay. Without reading it, who do you think her dad is?
God.
You're right.
I knew it.
Yeah. Briar.
This is the book I was talking about.
Yeah.
Have you been through it, TW?
I have.
Okay, and you're going to talk about it at what time tonight?
8:30 tonight, but that's going to probably be the last time it's going to be at 8:30 tonight. Also might be my last time being able to make this for a while because my schedule shifted next week. New job, new location, all that stuff. So first Chimera and a whole lot of really bad stories. Holy crap, there's some bad stories in here.
Is the Miles a bad story?
Oh, yeah, it's awful.
Okay.
And another awful goddamn story. Oh. If Al Ewing takes over Thor, I'm dropping it like a hot rock because he drives me nuts. And
I've been toying with dropping it since Banner War. I was enjoying it.
Banner War. I was hoping to get back to form on this, but like I don't love Donny Cates, but at least the first couple issues of Thor were fun, and then he got mopey, and then they did this nonsense, and now Cates is plotting, but everything else is Al Ewing. So I got a feeling it's transitioning to Al Ewing. So
it's time to come out with the Infinity Hammer.
Yeah,
enough's enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Cates leaves the book, who knows if that'll ever turn into a thing? So
right.
Kate said it's still on the way. He hadn't said when, but he said it's on. He said it's still coming.
Yeah,
is that it? That's all TW?
They gotta stop doing annoying crossovers with characters I just hate. So
yeah. That's it. That's all.
That's it. Yeah, I missed a few. Like I was gonna get Superman Space Race number 2 or Space Age number 2, but my LCS didn't have it, and then Nice House on the Lake. So I gotta hunt those down next week. I have my new LCS. So
okay. When do you make your big
I'm moving
move?
Friday afternoon. I start the job on Monday. So.
Okay. Congratulations for the life change, my man.
It'll be a little bit different. Yeah. Probably no posters in the background for a bit. So
okay. Just to let you know, it can work with nothing in the background.
Yeah, I've done it before too, which was just a little thing that said AC. So
ladies and gentlemen, Flash by Night. TJ, show us what you got.
All right, so I pinched a few pennies over the last couple of weeks, so I haven't been to my shop to get everything in like a month. So I've got a few books, and they're not in any weekly order because that's too much work. All right, so first book is.
Can I just let's just hit the pause for 1 sec. Everyone, TJ dropped a Transformers review yesterday or Monday. It was Tuesday. That was Transformers 8, was it?
Yesterday it was 12.
12, and that's Optimus Prime Autobot Killer.
Yes.
Just let everyone know. Please check out that review. I checked it out just because of the one reason. That was the very first Transformers comic book that I ever read. That silver background Optimus Prime Autobot Killer. So I can remember my mom picked up that book for me. That was the first Transformers comic book that I ever read. So as soon as you showed the cover, I was like, oh, well, that takes me way back. I had a Ratatouille moment. Whoosh. And took me way back.
So did she pick that up randomly, or was that a thing you wanted because you were curious about Optimus?
I was Transformers crazy at that time,
right?
Like everyone else in my school. Like I believe I had already had 3 Transformers in my toy collection. Ratchet was my first, and I remember like every day I would be sneaking it out of the house to a show at school and play with some of the other kids Transformers stuff, and then going home and watching Transformers at 4:00 out of Buffalo 29 or Channel 29 out of Buffalo, and and then one day my mom went to the local convenience store, whatever, and came in with whatever pop or soda, whatever she had, and pulled out a comic book and handed it to me, and it was Transformers, and I was over the moon. And she was like, "See, not just your dad supports your reading." And so my first Transformers comic is the one that TJ brilliantly reviewed yesterday on the Flash by Night YouTube channel. Everyone, please check out TJ's stuff.
Was the
but
book
TJ, my man, continue. Sorry. Yes, and he was not a killer.
It was indeed more than meets the eye. It was a setup, and in the end, Optimus got his comeuppance. He put hands on people by the end of the book. He did not spare the rod.
Did he lay hands on RC? Did she go to HR?
She was not in that issue.
RC isn't around yet. I don't know when RC came about.
But he didn't spare the Rodimus.
Was that?
There's no sharing of the Rodimus. No.
We don't have. We're still in very first Transformer. So we haven't gotten much of anything that we know outside of the basic Transformers.
Comix Addicts is join us. All right, TJ, my man. Sorry to throw you for a loop, my man.
Oh no,
show us what you
problem.
got.
I'm always happy to talk Transformers. Spread the Cybertron gospel. All right. I've got Strange number 6, where apparently we stopped talking about Clea for one issue and give Wong some love. I don't know if my fellow Strange reader, I don't know if he's read it yet.
I gave up on that stupid book.
I love that cover though. That's the cover I picked up. It's a great cover.
That movie poster homage.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm enjoying the book, but I agree with Taylor with every one of his reviews. Clea doesn't suffer for any, like, she doesn't have any setbacks really. The worst setback she's had is her mom visiting. But like, she's really arrogant and really powerful, and arrogance is supposed to come back and bite you sometime soon. But it hasn't bitten her yet. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get it out. Get out of the light.
It's a great cover.
Ghost Rider number 6.
Mm-hmm.
This was a cover by. I had to have the Miles, the Miles and Predator. We're gonna get this right, son. There we go. Nice. Miles and Predator, both turning invisible on issue number 40.
Yeah, Miles about to show him who's boss there.
I am really surprised that there was no homage to like the Chris Hansen Predator by anybody. Like,
it's not over yet. Let's be honest. It's not over yet.
Marvel, I want royalties.
All right. Let's see. Oh, there we go again. This is issue number 42, the last of the Saladin Ahmed run on Miles Morales Spider-Man. Someone else, I forgot who it is, but someone else is picking him up in the next couple of months. Let's see.
Been a good run. The Empire of the Spider was fantastic.
Right. All right. So you got Punisher number 6, which was really good. Like I like the gall of Frank actually thinking he's gonna fight Ares.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like that.
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, issue number 1.
Oh, that's a nice cover too.
That is a nice cover.
I'm gonna be honest, I got sucked in by the cover. I saw a Porsche in a private plane, a private jet, and I got sucked in.
Right.
The issue was just okay. There was kung fu.
Yeah.
And there's a woman, and it actually made me kind of want to check out the past run on Shang-Chi because apparently the 10 rings come from some other dimension, and they found him, and they may or may not turn you evil, or at least make you more aggressive when you wear them. And they only want to be associated with Shang-Chi. And like the rest of every secret organization in the world wants to steal the rings. Let's see. Damage Control issue number 1. Just because Moon Knight is in the middle of the cover. However, if Moon Knight is not like consistent in this book, we're not staying. I've already heard that. I've already heard I need to stay long.
Yeah. Don't think that then.
Let's
I
put it
think
this way. Tim's cover with the burrito is more likely.
Yeah.
I figured it was about damage control, but
yeah.
Moon Knight was on the cover, and I'm a sucker. All right. Speaking of Moon Knight, issue number 15.
Nice.
And Black, White, and Blood, issue number 4.
Joe.
What's up, Joe?
And I'm actually pretty proud of Marvel. Like none of these Black, White, and Blood stories have been like really goofy, take the crazy and maximize it kind of stories.
Just been embracing it, huh?
Mm.
Right. Like most of them are kind of dire. They embrace the darker side of mental illness, but they didn't really go goofy like I was scared they would with 1 or 2 stories. All right, let's see. More Moon Knight with Ms. Marvel.
Is Jed McKay at the helm for that one too, TJ?
I don't think so. I don't know who is actually writing this one. I have this one, and I have the Ms. Marvel and Venom. And I think there is a Ms. Marvel and Wolverine.
Yes.
And then and I guess I'll wait for that to come out there and read all 3 of them. This book looks vaguely familiar. I feel like the group gives this book a thumbs up.
Best book of the year.
Yeah.
There was also a Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. It was the first issue of that 4 issues.
What's that?
Yeah. There was also a Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel.
Oh.
Well, Miss Marvel and Avengers, but it has her and Captain Marvel on the cover.
Okay. I did not know that. Let's see, the return of one of my favorite young characters, Erratic Recharged, issue number 1.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the first volume by Curry Andrews. Yeah.
Right, and I'm gonna have to reread. I don't remember exactly everything that happened, so I'm gonna have to reread before I get into here. But it was a fun read.
Yeah, if you like Spider-Man, you'll enjoy that character because they're kind of one and the same.
Right. Except he only gets to be Spider-Man-ish for 10 minutes?
10 or 12 minutes. TW, do you remember what the timeline is
I don't
on that
remember.
part?
All I remember was such a wordy ass book.
It was fun.
It
Teenage romance going on as the background filler to that story. Yeah.
The odd teenage romance because she's like the popular girl in school. Yeah. And well, I guess they usually stick popular girl with nerdy guy in some of these stories. I don't know. All right, so by Image we have Flawed number 1. Apparently she is psychiatrist by day, gun wielding, revenge getting vigilante by night.
That's a nice cover though.
Yeah. I didn't know that book came out.
Right. Yeah, apparently I want to say one of her kids gets killed or whatever. And so by day she's a psychiatrist, by night she is getting revenge.
Cleopatra Jones.
Book of Shadows, issue number 1. This is, I guess, like a supernatural teen book in Valiant, with Shadow Man in the middle of it, kind of. And I've got to finish reading Shadow Man. I started and I got thrown off. But this is Book of Shadows, issue number 2. I got this evil-looking cover that I don't know if it should stay in the house or not.
Yeah, not to be confused with Department of Truth or any Slayer album. Okay.
There you go.
There.
Now it's
Hey,
not evil.
I used to get those on my report card.
Now it's just
now
it's a
if like,
pentacle instead of a pentagram. And pentacles are good.
Now it's positive. Yeah.
all right. Bunny Mask, The Hollow Inside, issue number 3.
Does anyone know what's going on in Bunny Mask?
I don't read
Oddly
it.
enough, yeah. So what's happening is she was elected to Parliament, and she is taking up a position with the Conservative Party, trying to push some legislation through. But there's some opposition, and she's having to work through the process of getting people from across the aisle to join her, so they can do some good for the people.
A lot of red tape.
Don't
either-
confuse it
or-
with Nick Spencer's run on ASM. That sounds like what you're doing. But anyway, okay.
She's more likely to like eat the opposition, but
Yeah.
maybe some can be talked to.
That's one way of getting it done when they won't come to your side.
And they won't do what they need to do, right?
Do their
Go
teeth.
full downer.
Issue number 4, where the opposition is on the hook for everything they said.
Well done,
Literally?
TJ. Well
Nice.
done. Well done.
Broken clock. A Calculated Man, issue number 3.
Yep, got to get that.
Because I said since I started reading comics,
No 3 came out.
if someone
It
gives me a comic with an accountant or a bookkeeper, they were going to get my money. And so A Calculated Man and Jack Beans gets my money.
It's good.
It's something.
Shut up. It's good.
Dark
It's
Crisis,
alright.
a world without a Justice League, Green Lantern.
Nice.
One Shot Comics. Thanks for joining us.
All right, we're getting somewhere soon. All right, Flash Annual with Linda and Wally.
Getting some nookie there, Flash. Go.
Yeah.
He's not through.
Damn.
Oh.
Linda and Wally.
He moves quickly.
He does move quickly. You're right.
Somehow, and I'm not sure yet how, but somehow Linda ended up with some Speed Force powers, and she has to explain to him in the middle of Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3, the sequel.
All that kinetic energy.
Mr. Comics 89. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. There is one way to get the Speed Force from Wally.
Au revoir, Jean.
Suck it
I
up.
am going. All right. Okay. Flash, Fastest Man Alive. Finally came out after like a year and some change.
Yeah.
Of Ezra Miller's shenanigans holding the book up.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said something about Transformers. So Transformers Shattered Glass number 2, issue number 1.
Was that book about
Shattered
Tyler?
Glass, Shattered Glass, for those who
Yes.
don't know, is a story where the Decepticons are somewhat good and the Autobots are evil. And
So he's totally whack.
it is very out of whack. But
Broken glass.
what's his name? The guy who Ultra Magnus. There we go. Ultra Magnus is a problem in this book. Ultra Magnus has the Wreckers with him, and the Wreckers apparently are like the Autobots' covert secret SEAL team that goes in and gets the job done. But since the Autobots are evil, yeah, he's a problem. And this is issue number 2. I hadn't read number 2 yet, but you kind of see the inverse versions of Soundwave and Blaster on the cover.
Right.
So we get those two fighting.
Wow.
And Soundwave has the headband on. I
I
don't
was
know.
going to say,
knows
is
the ride or not.
Soundwave rocking the bandana?
It might be like Last Dragon Soundwave.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Soundwave.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Cobra Kai Soundwave.
Cobra Kai Soundwave. Strike first. Strike
Right.
forward.
Sweep the leg.
Sweet.
All right. We got a few more left. Last Bot Standing, issue number 4,
Oh, that's a cool cover.
where we get the first Transformer Super Saiyan.
Is that it? Is that the final issue? Is 4 the
Yes.
final issue?
Yes,
Yeah.
4 is the final issue.
And it was Hot Rod, right? Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
Well, you find out in like issue 1.
You find out issue 1. It wasn't as heavy as because we were thinking it was like the last Ronin for Transformers, and it wasn't as heavy, but he kind of wants all the Transformers to be dead because like they've caused destruction and destroyed planet after planet after planet, and he wants to actually be the last bot standing. So when he goes, everybody's gone and the universe is safe, basically. Because like they've killed off Star, like Earth is already gone. Earth has been gone a long time ago. Let's see. We got the best of the Transformers rarities, which is basically the best of random stories that don't involve certain other characters who actually have best of books. I haven't read
a fun cover.
Right. More Soundwave. Let's see.
Now, do you have a Soundwave figure from the 80s?
I did not. I didn't. When in the 80s, I was a big Optimus Prime fan, big Autobot lover. I didn't like any of the Decepticons. Now I kind of appreciate Soundwave, and I kind of appreciate Starscream just for being obnoxious to Megatron.
King Starscream.
Coronation Starscream. This is bad comedy. All right, let's see. Penultimate. Best of Bumblebee. The Attention Stealer. And last book, the aforementioned Best of Starscream.
Yep.
I really want to give this one a read because somewhere in the 40s in the Marvel run, because it has some of the Marvel stories and IDW stories. And somewhere in the Marvel run, Starscream gets like this cosmic power, and because of the timing and they wanted to cut back on toys, Starscream kills off like half the Transformers, both Decepticons and Autobots. He's just power hungry. But yeah, that's the last book.
They're almost done with IDW, right? They're going to a new publisher.
Yep.
Right. Yes. And I thought that last box. So there was Shattered Glass number 1 ended on a cliffhanger, but that I thought they would never get back to because they said because they had Last Box Standing, and I assumed Last Box Standing would be the last book. But then they announced Shattered Glass number 2 so they can keep up with the story. Where Starscream is actually, well, spoiler alert, Starscream dies a hero at the end of Shattered Glass issue number 1.
That's my guy.
He is, and on the side note, he's also the voice of Cobra Commander. So Starscream pulls double duty.
Right.
Double villain duty.
Double villain, double
really annoying voices.
Right.
But that's it. That's all I got.
Quite the haul. All right. We just crossed over the hour mark, and I got to get to bed soon. So we're going to go around the horn with the people that are still hanging out and enjoying the show. Rob, can you tell us what's coming up on the Rob's Fat Stax Old Comics YouTube channel?
Sure. Tomorrow I'll have a video that drops. We'll unbox some CGC slabs. There's some Golden Age books in there that came back. And then Saturday we'll have Lee Polanski at Polanski CC from Instagram. He'll be on Only Slabs for us on Saturday.
Nice.
That's not working out. Anyways. Gary, what's coming up on the Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy YouTube channel?
Tomorrow night we have 2 bonus episodes of the 1011 this week. So tomorrow night we have Dope Comics on, and then Friday night.
Dope.
Yep. And then Friday night we have Madam and Master Blaster on before they go live with Joe.
Very nice. Cool.
They have to travel to have good internet. So I made a special show for them Friday while they were in good internet territory.
Very cool.
Oh.
Digger Jim, my man. Jim, what's coming up on your YouTube channel?
I have a video that I just shot. I gotta do a quick edit of it. It's a couple of wins that I had from E-Man and DC Irish. And then I have a huge AOK back here from Chris, Retro Rocket Comics, that I'll be shooting a video on that as well. And that's
Rob,
what I
feel
got.
free.
And man, did he send out great AOKs?
Yeah.
They were very specific. Like they took the time. They knew the people. They just did a fantastic job. Really impressive.
Yeah. And I helped Gary out hosting the 10-1-1 ever never possible.
And in the hot seat.
And in the hot seat.
And in the hot seat.
Oh, I want to plug one thing before I forget. This Friday at, I'm not sure, 7? 7. This Friday at 7, Marcus is doing Circumstances, doing his 500 subscriber giveaway. So guys, check that out.
Yes.
We need to talk, Gary, because I told Marcus I want to jump on for a minute. I have something I want to give away for it. So don't forget that, people. Check out Circumstances YouTube going live.
Whatever you give away, make sure it's Buffalo Bills related, as Marcus is a huge Bills fan. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's a monstrous Chiefs fan.
Yeah, yes, come on now.
Marcus, if you wouldn't mind dropping the start time for that, we'll share that out.
It's riding on Native American. Oh no, the Braves.
Yeah.
TW, Marcus, I apologize. I'll be live on my channel.
8:30. Cranky comic review. That's all I got.
No, you got more. Don't be like that.
You're not really.
I mean, my schedule on Monday.
No, what do I have on Monday? Nothing.
Tuesday.
Cranky Comic chat on Eddie's channel next week, but it's all up in the air with my work schedule, so it might all get shifted around. So
Taylor doesn't do days of the week anymore.
This is a legitimate question that deserves a good answer. However, the number is too infinite for us to even address it.
Can robots really die?
Right. And as many times as all of our heroes have died in the comics, it's infinite.
Right.
Right.
Yes. Starscream dies everywhere in the comics, in comic strips, on movies, on TV shows. I'm pretty sure he's died. He's died in live action. I'm pretty sure there's a Transformers play somewhere on Broadway where he's gonna die. Starscream has died everywhere.
TJ, what's coming up in the future on the Flash by Night YouTube channel?
I am probably for those who didn't join us tonight, I'm probably going to share my new grabs on a recorded video sometime in the next couple of days. And I know for sure Transformers Tuesday is going to change because I was really excited about Shattered Glass #2, but I don't want to share Shattered Glass 2 until I share Shattered Glass 1. And so the next couple of Transformers Tuesdays are going to be going over Shattered Glass, whereas I said Starscream is the hero, not Optimus Prime, Orion Pax, because he's not a prime. Orion Pax is the villain, and Starscream has to enlist the help of the benevolent Megatron.
Okay. Myself, I'll be opening up a couple Walmart packs in the very near future. I will be on Only Slabs for the return of Lee Polanski as we look at some Golden Age books, I'm presuming. This will basically be a Rob-centric show, and I'll be asking my standard questions as we go along the way. Also, two cool guys will be coming out this Sunday, and I will have a mystery box to open on Monday from Shop for Comics. I will also, in the next 5 to 10 days, begin to show my Spider-Man collection 1 through 50, and I'll be starting at 50, making my way down to 41. For those of you that are interested in seeing what Spider-Man covers lay between 1 and 50, now might be your chance to check it out. For everyone that hung out a couple nights ago, was it last night? Yeah, a couple nights ago for my 800 subscriber giveaway. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Again, thank you to Retro Rocket Comics for making most of that happen. The mystery boxes and all those comic books that were given away, it was a hell of a fun time. The cool thing is, the night that we went live with that, I got to 850 subscribers. Now that
Another giveaway.
now that the giveaway is finished, I'm back down to 848.
Nice.
So I'm gonna hit the pause button on the 900 announcement.
Just wait for 1,000.
Just wait for 1,000.
I will do something sometime soon after I mail away the 800 stuff and some of the 700 that's been returned to me. Anyways, for everyone that's hung out tonight in the chat, thank you very much. We're always thankful for the comments and the fact that you want to check out that we got and take a look at some of the books that we're going to be checking out and reading over the next little bit. So on behalf of this panel and Mark, who is here for a short time, again, thank you. For those of you that are in the comic book community that are down in Florida, we're thinking of you. Roscoe, Sector 2815. I feel like there's a couple more I'm forgetting. You're in our thoughts. Hope that you're all safe, and God bless. Thank you, everyone. Continue to have a nice comic book day, and pray for Florida.
Yep.